Welcome into the UMBC Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Steve Levy. So glad as always to be back here at the UMBC TV studios with the MCS students. Always great to be here. And it's great to be joined by someone we have not had on the set, but Carlee Dewey, assistant women's basketball coach. And not only that, but Carlee, a very proud alum of UMBC. Now 11 years at UMBC as a student athlete and on staff. I always ask the coaches like Chad Craddock and Anthony Adams, what does it mean to you to work at the school that you graduated from and played at?
It means everything, because when I chose UMBC as an athlete, I chose it because not only the location, the diversity, but really because it was the family atmosphere. So when I was a student here, I got to know everybody in the department, even as an 18 to 22-year-old. So I really got to develop relationships and stuff. So when I had the opportunity to come work full-time at my alma mater, I have so much pride in the university. And so it was a really exciting time. Yeah, it meant everything to me. And
we should mention that, you mentioning to me off the air that you were probably one of the first classes, your senior year, I think, was the first time MCS was an actual program. So I know you didn't get some of the benefits that some of these students are getting now, but yeah. You're a proud part of that degree has MCS on it, right?
Yeah, I'm a proud MCS graduate. Dr. Levy, when I first was a freshman, I came in undecided. And this program was just launching. People were talking about it. And at first, it was more of like a minor type situation. And then as I think my sophomore year and going into my junior year, it became a major. So it was something that I was really, really excited about. So yeah, that was my primary major. And then I also did sociology alongside of it. But yeah, I was one of, if not the first class, one of them to graduate with an MCS degree from
Excellent.
UMBC, yep.
You had a brilliant playing career, second all-time leading scorer in school history, three-time all-conference player.
Right.
When you look back at those days, what are your more pleasant memories of your playing career at UMBC?
I would say the number one memory, obviously, is my freshman year going to the NCAA tournament. We were the first men or women's basketball team, and now it seems like so long ago after what the men just did last year. But so we were the first team to go to the NCAA tournament, and the following year the men won. So it was back-to-back years for basketball. So that is number one. And then obviously the individual accolades come after that.
So, Carlee, you actually played a year overseas in Finland after graduation. Talk about that experience, what that was like for you. I'm not sure if you'd ever been, out of the States prior to that, but talk about the experience in Finland.
Yeah, so when I was graduating, I was kind of trying to decide what I was going to do, whether I was going to use my MCS degree or try to get into coaching or sign with an agent and play professionally. And I kind of just realized the playing opportunity would be now or never. So I ended up signing with an agent, and it was a process getting over there. Like, a lot of the clubs are funded by businesses and stuff, and where the economy was, it was a difficult process. But when I got over there, I was excited. But it's now that we have five new international students on our team, I totally get how difficult it is, because when I was then the international player, it was really, really difficult, but it was a really, really good experience. But Finland is a beautiful country, but in the winter it is very cold and very dark. So it was definitely an experience.
Worse than Bangor, Maine?
Oh yeah, way worse. It is very, very, very cold. It's a different kind of cold that I've ever felt, but it was cool. It was cool to meet new people, and I actually played on my team with someone that played at Binghamton. So that was cool, because she played in the America East, obviously. So.
Now, Carlee, you're one of several working moms in the athletic department. You have Amy Slade and Christina Robertson.
Yep.
In fact, your daughter, we took her out of the audience just for a few minutes while we were taping, but she's actually here physically with you. Just talk about that experience, being a working mom, devoting so many hours to your profession, and then, dealing with a 9-month-old right now.
So again, I go back to the family atmosphere, because obviously having a daughter and coaching is it's a unique situation, just because of the amount of hours we work, like you said. So when she is here quite a bit. Actually, there was one day a couple weeks ago where Amy Slade and I both had our children at work, just because daycare had closed, and you just kind of make do. So it's difficult, but it's also so rewarding. At homecoming, my daughter was a Saturday, so she was at practice with me. My husband was out of town, and the girls were like lifting her up after practice like a trophy, and just celebrating with her, and just to have her watch these young ladies grow and learn from them, and have mentors and people to look up to as big sisters. It's really awesome.
Yeah, and Courtney's doing a beautiful job with her as we speak.
Exactly.
So we talk about this year's team. 2 very solid seasons when you went to postseason last year. had a lot of injuries and things did not go
Right.
as planned. But
Right.
so as you mentioned before, now you bring in 5 new international players to go along with just Lou on the roster previous,
yep.
right?
Yep,
So now you have
6.
6 international players on the
Yes.
roster. Talk about how it's going so far and what your guys' expectations are looking forward to during the season.
Yeah, so we have the 5 new international, 4 are freshmen and 1's a junior college transfer, and then 2 other American freshmen. So we have 7 new players, and then a young lady that set out last year with an ACL. So really we have 8 new players. So 6 that have had some experience playing, and then 8 players, so rounds out the 14 people on our roster. But so we're blending a lot of mix of new and old, but it's been exciting. It's been, kind of refreshing to see some new young talent. And obviously it's a global game, so having our players play with people that kind of have different experiences in Europe, it's been really fun. So obviously we brought some new talent, but it's kind of getting everyone to gel together has been a challenge, but it's been really exciting at the same time.
Style-wise, we've seen Coach Stern go Princeton a lot of times and
Correct, yeah.
kind of do some some hybrids at times. What do you think style of play is going to look like this year?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we are running the Princeton offense, but we are we like to say playing with pace. So obviously on a steal or a long rebound or something like that, when we have the opportunity to get out and run, we're going to look to do so. And then we want to sprint into the offense. So although we are playing a Princeton style, we're making reads off one another and kind of just playing, but we don't want to walk into that. We want to kind of put some pressure on the defense by sprinting into it and cutting hard and doing all of those things. So like you said, it's kind of like a hybrid, but we're looking to get the best shot no matter how early it is, but we're also running the Princeton concepts.
So finally, one player to watch, one player that the fans, if they're going to kind of look at somebody early on
Yep.
that, either for any specific reason, either a great shooter or just really bring something special to the table, who might that be at this stage?
So that would be a newcomer. Paula Rubio is her name. She is a young lady from Spain, and right now she has been playing phenomenal basketball. She can create for herself. She can create for others. She can get to the rim. She can knock it down. So she just has she's a young talent, and I think she's going to be really exciting and kind of be the difference maker for us this year.
Carlee, I really appreciate the visit. Time flew by very quickly.
It did.
Both right here and both your 11 years
Yeah.
here, so really appreciate it, and best of luck on the season.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So once again, the Retrievers get it kicked off relatively soon on November 6th and 8th, 2 straight games on Tuesday and Thursday at the new UMBC Event Center. Get on out and support the women's basketball team. To get the full schedule, just go to umbcretrievers.com. For the UMBC Coaches Corner, I'm Steve Levy.